going on, ladies? GRM, check it out on the day. GRM, check it out on the day. GRM, we're doing it. GRM.
I remember growing up on the troubled streets of Bristol, where if you didn't have no older rellos or crew, or you didn't have nothing, you was nothing. I remember looking for opportunity and guidance and a helping hand, but I remember being on my own. I remember finding the streets and having the heart to do what had to be done to earn my respect and to survive, not because I wanted to, but because I had to. This is one of my stories. Wallstreet.
I remember I was just like you. I remember I was just like you.
I remember. I remember
I was just like you.
I remember. I remember
I was just like you.
I remember. I
was just like you.
I remember, brought pocket, one man gang, no members, whole life was December. No grands, but a desert when I panned round. Down hands in my pockets, hoping for a handout. Real fucked up, feeling like a fuck up, but never had a single chance to try and even fuck up. On my knees while they were walking, my clerks were informants, they was talking. No joke, ran away from home, checking cars all night to escape the cold. Hearts under attack, feeling I should die, but I didn't have the guts, turned around and cried. Desperation morphed into hating, hanging by a Fred Mandela, I'm waiting. Then a light bulb, then I realized it. He with his head down, sees no horizons, yeah.
I was just like you.
I remember, I remember.
I was just like you.
I remember. I
was just like you.
I remember.
I was just like you.
I remember. First I kept my head up, then I got my bread up. Lift my niggas by the face, taught them how to get up. 28 in his head, now take this line, and don't spend £1 till you reach the 9. Any hustle, hands down, Prima's on it. Study Scarface, straight A's and Trapponomics. Held it down like a warrior, mom was the warrior. Hitched to the promised land, Kane was the courier. Dealt with my emotions, turned that into motion. Fly whips, fly guns, my narcotic promotion. Champagne toasting, quick flick posing. Who would've knew the ugly duckling was chosen? Say I flossed too much, nigga, hardy hard. Yours was a walk in the park, now my life was hard. Now the head of the committee, realest in the city. Got my niggas with me, yeah, you gotta feel me. Wow.
I was just like you.
I remember. I
was just like you.
I remember.
I was just like you.
I remember.
I was just like you.
I remember.
I remember I was just like you. No hustles around with nothing else coming through. That's why I stay on my job and get ready. I hold my head high where I'm heading. I remember I was just like you. Growing up, nothing much, trying to make it through. Trying to get up out these streets and live for the day I finally fulfill my wish.
Yeah, that's just one of the many tales from my background. So when you see me, don't think you know me. To anyone out there who's in the same position and who's just about to give up, that's the time where you gotta keep going. Respect to Rev for the soundscape, yeah. Needed to get that out, paint that picture. Whoa. I remember. I remember. I remember. remember.